everybody, I'm MischiefWoW, and today we're going to be looking at the fourth boss in Dragon Soul, Hagara the Stormbinder. This is a 3-phase fight, and the phases will repeat. You will get a regular phase first, then either a lightning or an ice phase, then the regular phase, then the ice or lightning phase, which you didn't get. This will repeat on and on, so you'll get regular ice, regular lightning, regular ice, regular lightning, etc. So in the first phase, you have a couple abilities. The first ability you should look out for is Ice Launch, which is going to be an ice missile is going to fire towards a random player standing near the boss, deal a decent amount of splash damage, and it's going to slow their attack speed. Ranged players should stand in the line of fire so that the melee players are not affected by the reduction of attack speed. The next ability to look out for is Shattered Ice, which Hagara is going to target a random player, deal 78k frost damage, and reduce their movement speed for 4 seconds. This does a decent amount of frost damage and is not something you should worry about, just heal up for it. But Death Knights can use Dark Simulacrum to copy the ability and deal a good amount of damage towards Hagara. And the next ability in this phase is called Focused Assault. Basically, Hagara is going to do a quick channel where she's going to deal a lot of damage very quickly. Tanks are going to want to pop a defensive cooldown, or healers are going to want to pop a healing cooldown, and the tank, to reduce some of the damage, somewhat kite the boss around so that they do not take a ton of damage. For the first time around, this is all of Phase 1. It is not too difficult, but after this you're going to enter into Lightning Phase or Ice Phase. You can tell before because the boss's weapon will look either enchanted with lightning or ice. First we'll look at the Lightning Phase. Hagara is going to summon a lightning ad on the outside of the room and become invulnerable, so you cannot hit her. There will also be 4 lightning conductors around the room. What you're going to want to do is kill the ad and have a group of people run around towards the 4 conductors, because after killing the ad you all get a chaining debuff that's going to deal damage and overload the 4 conductors. So by running around in a somewhat group, the lightning is going to chain between you and overload the 4 conductors. Once the 4 conductors are destroyed, Hagara will be available for attack again and get a debuff that will increase your damage taken by 100% briefly. For the Ice Phase, Hagara will summon a bubble for a large portion of the room where she's standing, and if you stand in it, you will slowly drown and die. This will also make Hagara invulnerable, similar to the Lightning Phase. There will be 4 binding crystals around the room, which you will need to DPS down to end this phase. Hagara will also summon ice waves, which are lines of ice that will go around clockwise that will try to kill players. If you get caught in one of these, you will die. This is similar to the Looking for Raid version, except it will move faster. Also, something that is not in Looking for Raid is Icicles. The Icicle will show a blue effect on the ground, and shortly after it will fall, dealing 100k frost damage and knocking players back. This can be avoided by just not standing in them. If you happen to get hit with it, you can heal up if you do not get knocked into the ice wave. Essentially, run around in a circle, don't get hit by the ice waves, and kill the binding crystals as you go by. Do not try and stand to finish your cast if you're close to an ice wave, because you will die. Make sure you're on the move, use instant abilities or abilities you can use on the move. Similar to the Lightning Phase, once all of the binding crystals have been destroyed, her bubble will go away and once again be available for attack and will re-enter Phase 1. Also, like the Lightning Phase, she will take 100% more damage for a couple of seconds. Once your first Lightning or Ice Phase again, Phase 1 will resume. After this, from now on, a new ability will begin in the first phase, which is Ice Tomb. A player will get targeted with Ice Tomb and an arrow will appear over their head. After a few seconds, 2 people in 10-man or 5 people in 25-man will get frozen in ice. It's best, once they get the arrow over the head, for them to stack at a designated stacking point, so you can quickly AoE the frost tombs down. Once they're Once the tombs are destroyed, the players will be free and no longer take any damage and continue to hit the boss. So once you've mastered the 3 different phases, it's a fairly easy fight. It's recommended to pop heroism after the first ice or lightning phase, because after both of them, the boss will take 100% more damage for a few seconds and allow you to do the most DPS. It's not a terribly hard or complex fight. The lightning or ice phases will take a decent amount of coordination and may take a few times, but the first phase is very simple. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe to Cinecode's network. Also, check out my channel, link is in the description, and maybe throw me a subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. And thanks to Cinecode for letting me upload, I really appreciate it. And thanks to everybody who watched this video. And yeah, see ya.